Something that always pops into my mind when I see an intimate scene involving an actor or actress that's in a pretty popular committed relationship, how does their significant other cope with seeing that on screen? Because all I could picture while I'm watching this movie is the look on Tom Holland's face watching that. Hi everybody, Anthony here from Awesome Anthony Productions, and today I'm going to give you my review of the latest feature from one of my favorite directors, Luca Guadagnino, Challengers. But before we get started, you know exactly what to do at the end of the video. If I've earned it, please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss any of my new reviews. Now let's get into it. Challengers is a story about friendship, love, competition, and betrayal, all told through the lens of tennis. It's all about two tennis player ex-best friends, Art Donaldson and Patrick Swayze, played by Mike Faist and Josh O'Connor. Art is also married to Tashi Duncan, played by Zendaya, a former tennis champion whose career was ruined in an instant by a devastating knee injury, and now she's not only married to Art, but she's his tennis coach. To bring him out of his recent losing streak, Tashi has signed Art up for a low-stakes qualifying challenger match so that he can join the next Open. But everything changes when he sees who is on the other side of that net. His former bestie, Patrick.
This guy.
The rest of the movie is told in flashbacks to explain how these two near brothers met Tashi in the first place and how that led to their eventual falling out, coming back to the present day every now and then to tie everything together, giving us the challenger match little by little until the nail-bitingly tense ending. Luca Guadagnino might be one of the most versatile directors on the planet, with a taste that is all over the place. This man gave us a thoughtful coming-of-age gay romance in Call Me By Your Name, gruesome body horror and psychological torment in something like Suspiria, cannibal romance in Bones and All, and now a drama about a love triangle which somehow takes that and tennis and makes it some of the most exciting cinema I've seen in a while. That was just a long-winded way of me saying that, while I acknowledge his films might not be for everybody, Guadagnino has a truly diverse taste complemented by his unique vision, and Challengers is no different. Everyone in this cast is just fantastic and completely nails their roles, keeping me completely enthralled from the very beginning to the very end. Mike Feist, however the hell you pronounce that, Josh O'Connor, Zendaya, they're all incredibly natural and believable as tennis stars, friends, lovers, enemies. This script takes all of these characters on their own personal arcs and journeys to get to the animosity that exists in the present day, and they all completely nail their performances. But this shouldn't be a surprise, because not only are these all great actors, but one of the things that, in my opinion, Guadagnino does the best is directing his actors and getting the most real, raw, emotional performances out of them.
Oh, we don't have to yell.
I also appreciate that these are all morally gray characters. It went the extra mile to make these feel like real people, not just perfect caricatures that have standard soap opera drama going on. No, all of their conversations, betrayals, moments of intimacy between each other, passive-aggressive ways that they taunt or threaten each other, it all feels incredibly authentic and proves just how well Guadagnino and writer Justin Kuritsky know the best way to write and film human interaction and put it up on the screen. This is also helped by the fact that instead of the movie just picking one of these three and making them the main character and kind of having it be a one-sided story, everyone here has a central role to play and their side of the story to be told, and it makes the film feel surprisingly balanced considering it bounces between three main characters. Talking more about the writing and the story, I wasn't totally sold on the way the story was being told at first, with the challenger match kind of being the framing device and the movie jumping back and forth between the past and the present, and I'm still not entirely sure it was the best option, but the film still does a great job at introducing the tension between these characters without hand-holding or giving exposition dumps to explain it to you. Instead, it lets the tension and animosity in the present day speak for itself before flashing back to fill in the blanks with a show-don't-tell attitude. That let all the drama and conflict build up very steadily throughout the movie, to the point when betrayals do start to happen and lives change in an instant for some of the characters, you feel every bit of that hurt, confusion, anger, and sadness in all the members of this Devil's Three-Way here.
A Devil's Three-Way. Two dudes.
So yeah, in terms of drama, this film tells a very human story with a bunch of different variations on the same theme. Passion. Every single conflict in this movie boils down to passion. These three characters and their varying levels of passion for the game of tennis. Art and Patrick's passion for their friendship, eventually turning into passion for Tashi, turning them against each other. And Tashi's passion for tennis being one of the only things that keeps her going in life, while at the same time preventing her from being happy in other parts of her life. There's also themes about power and control, specifically in the way that Tashi controls Art and Patrick simply through her passion and skill at tennis and her assertive self-confidence. There's also a ton of subtext regarding homoeroticism between Art and Patrick, and how it's very clear that one or both of them are trying to repress their feelings for the other one, as well as the homoeroticism that's just present in the game of tennis to begin with. And you'd have to be blind not to see it. I also love the idea that this movie kind of treats tennis like an intimate relationship between the two players.
You don't know what tennis is. It's a relationship.
And nowhere better displays this than the ending, which at first felt like it was a little abrupt and like the characters were acting out of character from what we've seen throughout the movie. But the more I thought about it with that idea of tennis being an intimate relationship in my mind, the more it made a lot of sense. Anyway, enough about the story and themes because that could be a half-hour video on its own with me diving into every little scene to analyze it. So I'll get my last bits of praise out. The cinematography, editing, and score here are fantastic. I've never really found tennis very interesting, but between the camera work on display during these scenes, including point of view shots of the players and the ball itself, the way these scenes are excitingly and expertly cut together, and the kick-ass score from Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, that is one of the best techno soundtracks I've heard in years, probably since Tron Legacy. Those tennis scenes had me clenched on the edge of my seat, and that even applies to a lot of scenes off the tennis court, where they just elevate the drama and character interaction that is so strong and so well written and acted that I honestly could have watched another 2 hours of it. This all led to an ending that had me ready to cheer and left me walking out of the theater kind of blown away. There's just a couple of minor complaints that I have. I mentioned earlier that I wasn't completely sold on the story structure, bouncing back and forth with flashbacks kind of like Man of Steel, and I still don't really think it worked all that well. The film felt a little disjointed here and there, though I'm not even totally sure if this story would have been better told linearly, so I might be full of shit.
Full of shit! He's full of shit!
Lastly, you know I thought that the acting here was immaculate, and the script made it feel very natural, but there were a few lines here and there that felt kind of on the nose or very forced and a little goofy, making me chuckle or roll my eyes, which did take me out of the experience for a second. So overall, though it has some structure issues, and has several lines that were kind of just silly, this is another solid addition to Luca Guadagnino's filmography with a compelling, tense drama and love triangle, award-worthy performances from Mike Faist, Josh O'Connor, and Zendaya, edge-of-your-seat sports scenes, stellar cinematography and editing, and a standout score that I'll be listening to at my desk at work for a long time. And that's my review of Challengers. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you know exactly what to do. I said it earlier. Please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss any of my new content. While you're at it, you can scroll down the description below, find the links to my socials, leave a comment, let me know what you thought of the movie if you saw it, and if you want more of my content, you can click or tap on these cards right here. They'll take you to my review of Abigail, or just over to my channel where you can check out my reviews, my shorts, and my old shit. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time for my review of David Leitch's follow-up to Bullet Train, The Fall Guy.